So it's now, 72 hours after this disaster took place. So I thought it'd be interesting just to have a little walk around the block, just so that you have some idea of the situation, which is still pretty horrendous because nothing's been cleared up. I fall over in the mud here. So all the vehicles that you see here that are parked up, these all have to be removed because they don't start. They were filled with water. Amazing work's been done today on some of these streets that are now clear. I'm sorry, the video quality is not great either because of the light. So you'll see these big mounds. Now the morning after 24 hours, well not 24 hours, 12 hours after this happened, it was nothing like this. All this mud is the mud that's come out of people's houses, and that's the work that people have been doing the last days, removing this. And it's horrible because some of it's just slush where your foot just sinks into it, and then other bits are hard as well. So it's just been hands on decks for everyone, and there's been next to no help. It was noticeable that today there was a bit more help, and there were people getting through with some supplies, mainly spades, brushes, and some foodstuffs and drinks, water and essential items, people are still, it's gone very quiet. It goes very quiet at night because everyone's just exhausted. But you just see the amount of rubbish that have come out of people's houses because everything's just been ruined. This is a drain. It's all blocked, but most of the drains are blocked, and it's flat here of course, so there's nowhere for anything to go. On the first morning as well, there were cars all over the streets here, in the middle of the streets as well. So they had to clear the middle and move a lot of them over to the side, or just tow them away, depending on what state they were in. The bar's open, so there'll be a few people in there having a beer, which is nice to see. I think that's probably the only bar that's open. But all these cars will have to be towed away. On this street they were all piled up, all in the middle of the road as well. It was devastating. You can't see all the way down there because of the light. And the light's not great along here. There's fans still in the hedge here. You see this, you see that very well. This is the kiosk just here on the corner, and that's totally wiped out. So that was being cleared out today. This little primary school here, and you see inside the kiosk, it's totally been stripped out. This is the street where I was working today, and you'll see it's still all wet. This is what I was moving today, this mud, from this street here, because this was horrendous earlier on today. Got some light here. I'm just walking in the mud. You see I'm walking in this mud here. So this was all just full of wet mud, and it had to go into what do they call them here? They call them capatos. There's probably some lying about up here, and just carried to the end of the street, and it's just all coming out these houses. So the work that's gone on in this street today has just been incredible. Yeah, these things here, so these would just be filled up. There's probably still some left in here, and it's heavy when that's full. It's heavy, so I spent the day doing these, moving the capatos. Look at all the mess that's waiting to be removed, and that's something else that people are getting really upset about, because nobody's been in to move it under its access now. So people want to know what the delay is for skips to come or lorries with cranes to come to start getting rid of all this mess, because it's just mountains and mountains. It's horrendous. These two cars here were up against this car, and another two other cars that have been removed here. There's like 4 or 5 cars here, so you just move them out of the way so that this road's clear for the emergency services to get up and down. And again, all these cars, these haven't moved, they can't move, they were full of water, and so they'll just all have to get towed away, and this is the reality. And now, after 3 days of the whole village coming together and working tirelessly, it's unbelievable when you see it firsthand, how people come together when there's just no help. But I think everyone's exhausted now, and I think the people have done about all they can. They've left everything where it's meant to be, and so it's up to the authorities now to come and clear the sides of the roads. Now we're coming to the ravine where the problem was. It's pretty dark, so this is where this is a horrendous situation. All the bridges collapsed. The silt here is just disgusting and starting to smell now. So. Walk along here a little bit. Cars are still up against the wall here that need to be removed as well. Well, there's no wall now. And it wasn't raining when this happened here. All the rain was inland. And this is the other side of the ravine. You can see the lights. So this is the other side of Picanya. Can't really see the houses because there's no light here. but maybe you can see the reflection on the water. But all the bridges were just swept down here, cars were swept down here. It was just horrendous. This for me has become the new norm, and it's surreal, and it's kind of, today it's kind of kicked home today. I think just through exhaustion. My hands are just in bits. I can barely feel them. My back and my kidneys. I've done all I can. But there's more to do. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll feel that I've got to do something. And I will. And then the authorities will have to answer for all of this. Hopefully they'll come tomorrow. Anyway, that's 11 minutes now. I'll probably stick this on YouTube. I know it's not the best quality video. My other phone's not got any battery at the moment. Not that it's much better. But hopefully that's given you some idea of the situation. And remember, this is 72 hours afterwards. This isn't 24 hours afterwards. This is day 3. So yeah, you can imagine the work that's still to be done. And all the houses inside, of course, are still filthy. And there's basements that have still got water in them. And they need, you know, immersible pumps to get the water out. So yeah. What will I go? I can do a bit more. This road's been really well cleared up. It is. It's like a horror movie, really. And I don't know. I think people here just expect in this day and age that after 3 days, a little bit more progress had been made. Can you imagine all this silt and mud coming out one of these garages? So there's been like 10-15 people at each of these just getting spades out and just getting it all out. But it's back-breaking work. But I'm amazed how much has been done. It might still look like a disaster from this video, but just the organisation to get these mounds and to have everything prepared to be taken away. It's very commendable, because a lot of these people as well will move about, because it's a very close knit community here in Picanya. So there'll be all generations of families living here in different houses. So there'll be the grandparents, the parents, the children, the grandchildren, some families will probably be living in 2 or 3 different houses in the area, so yeah, it's just horrendous. And obviously people, I've been here a year, but I think probably everyone who's in Picanya knows of somebody who has lost their life, and I think the present numbers are around 205 fatalities, but I think there are thousands of people missing. I think that's going to go towards 4 figures, but we'll see about that. Just shocking. Oh yes, the bar's still open, so I'm going to quickly go in there, have a beer or a coffee, and we'll leave it there. So take care everyone, there's still a lot to do. This isn't going to take weeks or months, it's going to take years, but the spirit that I've seen here in this last 3 days has been unbelievable, and it gives me faith that humanity can get back and get together and sort itself out, because none of this stuff in front of me is important, really, is it? These can be replaced, people can't. Okay, good night. Thank you for watching.